It's Clearly Reviews, and we're back with another cannabis vlog. Today's vlog is going to be more of an educational one, and this one was actually very cool because this event was free. It was free to go into. We got to leave with a bunch of knowledge, though. It was very valuable. I'm actually very happy that I went to this event, and I'm hoping that more people take this opportunity to go to the next one. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to what this event even was about. This event was about the endocannabinoid system. It was also about THC, it was about CBD, the advantages that come with those two molecules, and also the disadvantages that come with those two molecules. But we also got to learn a little bit about meditation, and we got to learn a little bit about growing. So we will be seeing a few different clips from all of these different parts. We're going to be seeing, at first, we're going to be seeing some ways of helping you meditate and getting yourself into a relaxed but calm state of mind where you are able to intake information and still understand it all and not overwhelm yourself. So we're going to start off with a meditation thing, and then we're going to go into some very informative stuff, but we're going to finish it off with another meditation part so we can completely relieve ourselves of all of the stress and all of the anxiety that comes with learning. So, without further ado, let's get to it.
Choose what works best for you. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. All right, we're going to breathe into the lower belly, all the way into the mid belly, the heart center, the collarbones. We'll take one more sip above the head, and we're going to release everything out. So really think about filling everything up with breath, and then letting everything expand, and then releasing everything out. All right? Okay, prepare to inhale. Go ahead and breathe into your lower belly, into your mid belly, into your heart center, up to your collarbones. One more sip of breath all the way up past the top of your head. Exhale everything out. You can do this with a sigh. You can just do it silently. You can go, do what works best for you. We'll do that.
So as you can see, this was very cool. We got to see a few ways of breathing techniques, a few different ways of using our breathing as a tool to help calm ourselves down. Instead of using cannabis, instead of using other different things, we got to see how our bodies are actually fully empowered of everything that goes on. We are able to completely relieve ourselves of all of the stresses that life brings without any substance or without any alternative source. So this is definitely very, very powerful. This is very valuable. I definitely am very glad to present you with this. But let's get into the part where we got to see a little bit of the learning.
Well, we're going to be talking today about the endocannabinoid system. We're going to be doing a bit of a deep dive. There are a lot of physiological systems. We've got cardiovascular system. We've got endocrine system, which manages the hormones. We've got the cardiac, digestive system. We also have the endocannabinoid system, and it's actually the master regulator of all of these other systems. And this is the system that cannabis works on. And at this point, most of the people, you all know more than most of our primary care practitioners because it's not taught about in medical school. A little mnemonic for everything that it regulates: relax, eat, sleep, forget, and protect. Relaxation, your appetite, ability to sleep and be restored, memory, and protection is the immune system. So basically everything under the sun. And this is our endocannabinoid system. And these are the receptors all through the body. Cannabinoid 1 and cannabinoid 2 receptors. Cannabinoid 1 densely located in the brain and the nervous system, the lungs, throughout the veins and arteries, the vascular system, all the muscles, your GI tract, and reproductive organs. The CB2 receptors throughout the bones, the skin, and the spleen, and both throughout the immune system, in the bone marrow, in the vascular system, in the liver, and the pancreas. So basically, these are the receptors that are balancing everything in your body, and this is what cannabis is interacting with when we bring it into our bodies. We also make our own cannabinoids. So we've got anandamide and 2-AG. They're the two most well-known endocannabinoids. Endo being internal. We make them internally. And anandamide is also called the bliss molecule. And 2-arachidinone glycerol, or 2-AG, is the other one. And versus our endo from internal and inside of us. And they either fit right into these receptors or they affect how the receptors interact. These are some of the most well-known ones here. And there are so many more. We're still learning. It's like when I first started studying the endocannabinoid system, it was about 100, and then it was about 120, and then Julie's like, "It's 140. Put it in this slide." So yeah, we're
150.
It's 150. I haven't changed the slide yet. Here's our most well-known phytocannabinoids. THCA, CBDA. This is from fresh or dry flowers. You get your eighth, you're holding it in your hand. This is it. Let's say it's got a 20% THCA in it. You would have to heat that to activate it, and that would decarboxylate it, turn it into THC. Same with CBDA. Fresh flowers, your CBDA, heat that up, and it turns into CBD. Drops the acid and turns into that. But these fresh plants are so helpful too. They're anti-inflammatory. They don't get the euphoria from them, so they're great for daytime use or for people who are sensitive to THC. Anti-inflammatory, I said anti-nausea. THCA is fantastic for Crohn's disease, for any digestive disorders. And CBDA actually stimulates the same receptors as SSRI antidepressants pretty potently. And it's actually more potent at lower levels than CBD helps. Nausea, too much THC can cause nausea. THC also disrupts your REM sleep cycle, and CBD will decrease that side effect too, so you get more restful sleep. The endocannabinoids, anandamide and 2-AG, they're actually derived from your omega-6 fatty acids, but too much of that in your diet will overdo it, and then you'll end up with your endocannabinoid system down-regulated. And our standard American diet, we eat a lot of omega-6 fatty acids, and this is going to be in like the next slide gets into kind of what foods to look for, what foods to avoid, but you're overstimulating your endocannabinoid system by bringing in too many omega-6 fatty acids, and you want to bring in those omega-3 fatty acids. Too much omega-6 is going to lead to inflammation, to weight gain, and omega-3s actually have been found to regulate and balance that ECS independently. And then like I said, the standard American diet, super high in omega-6s. It's we want something like a 6 or 4 to 1, a ratio of like, let's say 6 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. And what we have in our diet is 20 to 1. So we're way out of balance with what we take in. And so you want to decrease your refined oils, your canola oil, your safflower oil, corn oil, soy oil, and you want to increase these other oils like fish oil, seeds, avocados, decreasing grain-fed meat and eggs, increasing your grass-fed meat and eggs that are fed good nutrition, and then up your dark leafy greens, and then unfortunately for me, because I love peanuts, cut down on your peanuts, your peanut oils, and bring up those seeds. Chia seeds, hemp seeds actually have this perfect balance for the human body of all the essential fatty acids. Go figure, right? And then flaxseed is another good one. So really taking a look at your diet and then reading the labels too. I mean, how many things do you purchase that you read the label and it has some nasty oil in it, or some added sometimes they're even rancid too. Just something to look into. Start reading your labels, get familiar with what you're actually putting into your body. Other ways that you can balance out your endocannabinoid system is by looking into other herbs and other plants. We've got chocolate. Chocolate actually acts in a similar way as anandamide, so causing that bliss and upregulating your cannabinoids. And then they actually slow the anandamide breakdown and they stimulate those CB1 receptors very directly. Also, black tea, blue-green algae have the same effect. Kava actually works on the endocannabinoid system independently as well, and is anti-inflammatory, stimulating those receptors. Echinacea purpurea, another anti-inflammatory, stimulates your CB2 receptors. Also really good for your immunity, and we're all getting into flu season and COVID season, so up your echinacea. Go look to our terpene friends. Has anyone heard of terpenes before?
Yes.
Anyone not heard of terpenes? Sounds like everybody knows terpenes. So our building blocks of essential oils found throughout the plant kingdom, and the terpene beta-caryophyllene is also known to independently stimulate the cannabinoid receptors, the CB2 receptors, which are really involved with increasing inflammation. So black pepper, cinnamon, oregano, basil, rosemary, and hops. And I want to point out that right back here at the table on the right, we have a terpene station. There are terpenes that you can open up and smell. There is a little write-up about each of the terpenes, so you can see what some of their therapeutic benefits are, and what cultivars they're found in, and what foods they're found in as well. We got natto today. I don't know if anyone knows natto. It's another fermented food. All this is so good for your gut, and it's also good for your endocannabinoid system. It actually increases the numbers of those cannabinoid receptors, both the CB1 and CB2. And then we have our friend CBD, which again makes the CB1 receptors in your brain a little more sensitive and more active, and slows down the uptake and the breakdown of anandamide, while having all those other effects, decreasing inflammation, protecting the nervous system. So CBD is a great thing to bring in just as part of your lifestyle. Don't wait till you have symptoms and then try to treat it with CBD. Just use it all the time, and then you don't have the symptoms in the first place.
But yeah, so stress management, there's lots of ways to balance the ECS, all of these things, yoga, massage, meditation, deep breathing like we started with. These things are all available to you wherever you go to upregulate your ECS. And honestly, this is where I like to start with people before they even start to use cannabis, is make sure that they are integrating these practices so that they can give their endocannabinoid system the best shot of really improving its function. The bones and the ligaments and tendons, basically your structure is all in alignment, and they also align all of the organs too, so it's really great work. A lot of them are, here in, you can find them in Boston. They might still do this type of manipulation. I'm also a massage therapist, and I will tell you that it's some of the best therapy that you can get. Acupuncture works along, the needles work along the meridians in a traditional Chinese medicine. But really what we know they do now is that needle stimulation goes right into the fascia. This fascia is where you house trauma, you house things that have happened to you, accidents, if you've had injuries, that fascia sort of holds on to all of that memory. And acupuncture helps to open all those pathways, and thereby helping everything just flow better. Forest bathing, we go out to the forest, and especially different seasons have different perks, right? You go out now and everything's starting to, die, but you have all those nice aromas from fall. You have the wood smoke in the air, things that you can smell cold. These things all tantalize your senses in a different way than, say, in the spring or the summer you go into a forest, right? And then voluntary exercise that you enjoy. This is a really, really, really important piece. If you are running every day and you hate every moment of your run, that's not helping you, all right? And like yoga, swimming, things that, classes, going out to dance. These are things, like, if it really resonates with you, that's the best way for you to get, this balanced ECS system, ECS, and then, just really improving the function again. So, Again, you don't need to use cannabis.
And then our topicals, well, some people actually feel pretty quick relief within 10 minutes, 30 minutes, lasting 2 to 3 hours. I slept on my neck wrong about a month ago, and I was kind of, pushing through the day, and then remembered that I had some CBD topical in my purse. Thank goodness. I applied it every few hours, and I managed to get through a long day feeling pretty good, and by the end of the weekend, that was completely resolved. So, some people will say, oh, I tried topicals, they really didn't do much for me. We have the receptors throughout our skin, every layer of our skin actually. So, we have cannabinoid receptors in our nerves, in our keratin cells, hair follicles, the cells of our sebaceous glands, which secrete oil, sebum, and our sweat glands. So our skin is a great vehicle for cannabis preparations. And if you don't feel the effects right away, you keep trying it because you have to prime those receptors and they learn how to process it and you get more from it. All of these different skin conditions are signs of endocannabinoid system imbalance. So bringing it back to the endocannabinoid system, when your endocannabinoid system is balanced, you will have less psoriasis, eczema, acne, scleroderma, which is a very difficult condition, hard nodules all through the skin and internally, hair growth disorders like alopecia, pigmentation diseases, keratin disorders, certain tumors, and itching. I have had several patients who just have itching with they can't figure out what it is. It's not a food allergy, it's not an environmental allergy, and then they're eventually put on some antidepressants. So maybe it's their endocannabinoid system is imbalanced. Is that? It's like at the end of the road, it must be in your mind. It must be in your mind. You made it up, you're depressed. It must be anxious and crazy. Right? Can we start with something a little less invasive? How about some shea butter? Exactly.
So, for the people that are still with me, I definitely appreciate it. It is a little bit hard to intake all of this information. I tried to cut it up as best as possible so that I'm not overwhelming the people. I will leave links to some of these different things in my description so that you can go check out the exact breakdown of all of these different pieces of information that we were blessed with. But without further ado, let's get to the part where we learn a little bit about growing.
My history is I've been growing cannabis for about 16 years. I started outside and went out to Northern California and really learned the trade out there, trimmed, and saw really big farms and understood how they worked from the inside out. Came back out here, the laws weren't really where they should be, so we ran out. And I personally have been working with herbs, like a small-time herbalist for about 6 or 7 years. And I have formulated all of our recipes, all of our bases. We do herbal infusions, and with the whole cannabis market, we can't sell an alcohol-based tincture. So that's led us to the whole oil-based tincture. And what we do is we do not believe in like an isolate. That's what cannabis is. It's an alternative medicine. So we're really pushing that aspect of it. Weed is one thing. Both products are another thing. So they can be stemmed from the same thing, but weed is out of the market much differently than tincture and topicals. But they're honestly consumed a lot more. But almost every day we learn something new that is helping with somebody's situation. And I get phone calls literally 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, and somebody's crying and literally telling me how it's like changed someone's life. And it's like, it's not to like brag, it's just to really shine light that like people have no idea what this stuff is about. Right now, so we have a website, baygrownfarms.org. You can find all of our strictly CBD products on there. We have tincture topical for humans, and then we also have a tincture and pet treats for animals. We are also found here newly in Harbor House up in Chelsea, Massachusetts. We are also in Basque, I believe, down in Fairhaven. We're just trying to get our foot in the door in some other places. So, like I said, we're pretty busy in the farm, manufacturing, and, we're just trying to get the word out and get into more dispensaries. So that's where you can find us right now.
So as you see, we didn't really get to touch on too much, but we got to meet this very dope person who grows outdoors and has some very, very high level stuff that is coming from his garden. So this is very dope to actually get to hear a little bit from someone who is growing outside, which is it's not easy. It's not easy to grow outside, so it is dope to hear from someone that is able to grow in those conditions. But let's get to the part where we completely relieve ourselves from all of the stress and all of the anxieties that just came with the learning.
So go ahead and close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Think about that nice tall seat that you spoke at the beginning. And I just want you to tune into your breath as it flows in and out of your nose. No need to control the breath right now. Just observe the sensations as the breath flows in and out of your nose. Maybe you have a little tickle around nostrils. Maybe you notice whether there's one nostril that's working a bit better than the other. Maybe you've got a little stuffiness going on somewhere, see if you can breathe through that and clear it. The breath is warm as it flows inward. It's cold as it flows outward. I want you to deepen now back to your belly. Remember the belly in the beginning. Really breathing into your belly. A lot of us have been breathing with our collarbones for a few years. And if you didn't know, there's no lung tissue around your collarbones. Your lungs are what work to breathe, right? But we know that they actually expand down to about the length of your rib cage. And then you can support that breath with the diaphragm, so breathe down into your belly. So really let your belly expand when you're taking the breath. And then exhale everything out. Do that a couple more times at your own pace. This is your own body working for you now. We're going to take a nice full inhale all the way across your head. I'll bring you through the same meditation we did earlier, and then we're going to exhale with a sigh. Okay?
So we're back down, we're relaxed, we're chilled, and here I'm gonna clip in some parts of a few different members of the crowd who gave some information on exactly what they learned from this event.
First of all, I think tonight was just really beautiful to see the variety of people and allow community to come together to talk about big issues and things that have so many individuals to see
A lot of the health, wellness, dietary sort of stuff, and CBD, and some of the other cannabinoids that I was about how they impact the cannabinoid system and receptors was definitely very informative.
Like hadn't heard or experienced yet, so definitely a great opportunity to come and learn about the endocannabinoid system and how it works with your body and how you can use cannabis to like feel better. Everybody, like that's the goal, right?
Well, so as you see, it was very dope. This was a very cool event. We got to see some really cool people show up to this event. I got to network and meet some really dope people that I hope to do further content with in the future, and I hope to smoke with and just have a good experience with in the future. I do really enjoy those people, and I really enjoyed this event, so I definitely really do hope that a lot of people take this opportunity to go to the next event. I know that you will have a very informative time, you will learn a lot, and you will definitely really enjoy yourself. So definitely take that opportunity to go to the next one. But if you want to stay informed on when exactly the next one is going to happen, hit that subscribe button. I always post on my channel exactly when a event is coming up, and I also post different vlogs and other content that is related to cannabis. So if you enjoyed this video today at all, then you will definitely enjoy my channel. I really enjoy your presence today, and I hope to see you again. Much love to you, and definitely stay blessed.